So hello everyone, it's your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into the new Jaclyn Cosmetics blush bronzer duo and highlighters. So I got the two newest highlighters she had because, as you all know, I do have the original face palette from the holiday collection of 2019. So it has these four colors in it for the deeper shaded people. This is called the Flare, and I want to see if the formula was gonna be the same on these two right here. I also have the original powder, so that's why I didn't buy the new powder, but I figured I'll demo it here on camera just in case, because I don't remember doing a review on this. I think I just ended up buying it later, and you know, whatever was happening was happening. So yeah, I just got this stuff in the mail this week. Now mind you, I ordered it on March the 7th when it premiered on Ulta, and it was nowhere to be found. Of course, just like a Jaclyn Hill launch, right? You either have something growing in your product or your product doesn't show up on time. The only thing I think she didn't have issue with was this release the first time on her website, because I think that was the only place you could buy it. Now these things were kind of expensive because I think all three of these things cost me $100 with taxes and shipping. It was like 100 something on Ulta. So we're gonna go to Ulta and see what's going on with that. Jaclyn. Now I don't know when her lipsticks are coming to Ulta, but I don't think I'm gonna be buying them, to be perfectly honest. Which ones I get? I got this one right here. So I got Hot Lava and Cocoa Rich. It is a satin flaming coral with a rich, warm red undertone. I'm assuming they were talking about the bronzer. In that retrospect, it says, with the Jaclyn Cosmetics bronzer and blushing duo, you can build a flawlessly blended, sun-kissed bronze look. These complementary soft matte bronzer and satin blush shades deliver a soft focused blurred finish and brushes on like second skin. So we will see if that is true. Let's read what it says about these lovely highlighters. And by the way, that retails for $36. Yep, I was right, $36. And then the highlighter retails for $29. I have Good for Gold, and then I have the what is the Va Boom, which is a lustrous tangerine, and then of course the gold one is a lustrous gold. So let's see what they say about that. Jaclyn Cosmetics Accent Light Highlighters gives you light with every swipe. Each of the shimmering buildable shades applies seamlessly onto skin, so you'll be glowing from any angle. All Accent Light highlighters are made use proprietary filling process, which creates unique one-of-a-kind patterns in every pan. All the shades will give you the same beautiful highlight, but each one is like an original work of art. Again, this retails for $29. I'm sorry if you can hear the noise that's going on outside in the background. I don't see her lipsticks here. Oh, let me read about this powder since I'm about to put it on my face, and then we'll get into it. So I have the shade Feeling It. That's the darkest shade that they have out of the 5 powder options there are. And it says, bringing out the inner glow with the Jaclyn Cosmetics Mood Light Luxury Powder. Infused with diamond and quartz powders, this multi-purpose formula blurs imperfections, enhances your complexion, and delivers a radiant finish. Use it as finishing powder all over the face to get that lit from within look, or apply it to targeted areas for a soft highlight. Now, believe it or not, I just press this powder all in my face, and that's how I get my glow from within. So that's what we're finna do right now. Then we're gonna spray it and press it into the face like I normally do, and then we will get into the rest of her stuff. I did put on cream bronzer ahead of time, if you can't tell. I usually set the cream bronzer, so maybe I'll go ahead and do that and then do it on top, because we want to see how it works, or at least I want to see how it works the way I normally do my makeup. So we're gonna go ahead and go into this compact. So this is what it looks like. Remember, I have hot lava rich chocolate, so this is what it looks like on the inside. And it looks pretty nice. I don't have her bronzer brush here with me, so I'm just going to use the Refer number 5. They're having a sale right now on some new brushes, so you might want to check them out. This is how much product I picked up. Let's go ahead and see how it's going to look. I only picked up on a cream bronzer because I didn't know how dark it was actually going to be on my skin tone, and I didn't want to risk it. But I'll swatch it on my hands so we can see how it naturally looks on its own color, but I'm just applying it now so you can see how it looks on my face. And of course we'll put some more on top after the fact. We'll put some on my forehead and all that good stuff there. Yeah. But, so this is what the bronzer looks like. I can see the coloring of it. It seems to be more of a reddish type bronzer, and it's a general rule. I don't personally like reddish type bronzers, so, you know. But to each his own. I'm swatching it on my hand now. Yeah, it's definitely red. Like, I don't know if you all can see that, but you can see my finger. Like, it's definitely a reddish tone bronzer. But I remember from reading the description text now that that's what it said, so I you know, it's not like I'm super surprised. And because it was red, I don't really like red bronzers this time of year. I prefer them for the summertime, but you know, I have to try it when it comes out, and it didn't come out in the summertime, so there you go. But I don't know if y'all can see, but that's what the color looks like. I'm thinking about getting another lens to zoom in closer, but now I'm going to take the powder in the shade Feeling It. Let me swatch it on my hand so you can see what it looks like. Got a good little chunk of it, so you should be able to see it better. But that's what it looks like, and that's the darkest shade that it comes in. So if you're darker than I am, I don't know if it's going to work for you as well as it does for me. I just go ahead and press all over my face, because I don't feel like it gives like enough glow to where I can't just wear it as a normal like powder, setting powder, if you will. But that's just my personal opinion. But I feel like once my oils warm up to it and all that, it doesn't look that big a deal. Now, if you're not comfortable with having like quite a glowy setting powder, then you should do as they suggested. But this is the way I always wear it. So whenever you all see me trying this powder out, I press it into the skin like this. The only time I did it the way they said was like the first time I tried it, and I didn't like it the way. I felt like it didn't really give me that much of a glow. Now with the NYX one that I told you was a dupe for this one, I do that, and that NYX one is actually 50% off right now. So if you don't want to invest the $32 that it costs to get this powder, you can always just do that. Although this one was on sale, the original that's in the container that I'm using, for like $16 on Morphe's website. Since you know Morphe, the website, Morphe owns Jaclyn Cosmetics, or it's under the umbrella of the Morphe family. But I really like the powder. I think it's really nice. I told you all that in the past. But I also told you all, like I said, if you don't want to pay her the $32, you can go ahead and buy that one that I use from the High Glass collection from NYX, and it'll do the exact same thing. So we're going to take this spray from L'Oreal and spray it on my face. I noticed the Too Faced one has started leaving like water droplets on my face when I spray it. So since we're on camera, I don't want all that happening, so I was like, I'll just use that, and I'll use that in my free time and just fix it as I go. But since I have to be on camera right now and I don't have to try to stop and fix it, we're going to go ahead and keep it moving. So as you can see, the powder looks nice. I did put a little bit too much right here, so it is making my under eye glow a little bit more than I wanted to, but that's fine. I figure you're here for the bronzer and the highlighter and the blush anyway, so I just figured I would demo this since I've never demoed it on my channel from what I remember, and I do own it, and it's a part of this new collection, even though it was limited edition, and so are these highlighters, which is why I have the limited edition highlighter palette. So I want to see if the formula of these is going to be the same. So I'm going to swatch that formula on my hand, and then we'll swatch one on my hand and see how it goes. So I'm going to swatch the shade Turned On, this reddish shade right here, and we'll see how that goes. And then I'm going to swatch the orange one aside it and see if it's going to look the same and have the same feel to it when I swatch the other thing. So this is it, Baba Boom. Baba Boom. This is one Dr. Ash, her makeup was talking about she might get. I was like, this and the other one was the only ones I wanted, which of course happened to be the new ones, because I'm like, if I already have the palette, I already have the ones that she feels like work for my skin tone, so I didn't need to buy the individual ones. So I feel like this one is a little bit more sheer as far as color goes, but the formula does feel the same on them, so the formula is the same as the original palettes. This is that one, and then I'll just go ahead and swatch the gold one now too, so we just get everything out the way. So it's called Go for Gold, and I'm going to put one of them on each side, and then we're going to put the blush on, and then we're going to talk about my first initial thoughts. Now, I will not be wear testing this because it is like almost 9 o'clock at night. Who has time for that? Like, I had a long day, y'all, so sorry, you ain't gonna get a wear test on this one. Plus, I figure you won't care because, you know, it's been out for like, what, like 3 weeks, and then makeup time, that's like 2 years. So this is the gold one right here. So these are all the swatches of all the products that we're going to be using on my face. I haven't swatched the blush yet, but I have one finger left for that, thank goodness. So I will swatch it right now, and then we will put it on my face, and then we'll put a highlighter on each side, and then we'll talk about my initial thoughts. I mean, I already have my thoughts on highlighter. My main thoughts were going to be on this set right here, but I want to see how those colors look on darker skin tones, which is why I bought them. So okay, so this is the corally blush that we have going on right here. I'm believing this is the one that's called Hot Lava. And then the of course the bronzer would be the Cocoa Rich shade. So these are all the shades that I got going on. Remember, this is the blush, bronzer, the setting powder, or the finishing powder, and then this is the original highlighter turned up from the power palette, and these are the two that I just bought, and they just showed up this week. So I don't have a makeup remover wipe for my hands, which is hurting my soul, but whatever. Let's get into what you came here for, which is, you know, a highlighter, not, you know, how I feel about that. So I'm gonna take two highlighter brushes that's similar. So this one and this one. This is the fluff brush from ColourPop, and this is the Decluttered highlighter brush, but they, as you can see, they both look the same. So we're just gonna use both of those. I'm gonna start off with the shade Vava Boom. Wait, no, my bad. We're supposed to put on the blush first, and then we'll start off with Vava Boom. So, okay, y'all. So we're gonna put on the shade Hot Lava. I don't know how I feel about this blush, but it's like I didn't want to get the second darkest. I didn't want to get the darkest one in the set because I was like, if it's too dark, then I'm just stuck with it. I'd rather have the one that's lighter, and then I can use a cream bronzer underneath like we just did. So let's see. Okay, it's initially given a pretty decent pigmentation. I would definitely say, especially for my skin tone, I think it's doing a pretty damn good job. And it's giving like a nice satiny finish, so it's like, it looks like it'll be easy to build up and you can't use too much because of the lightweight consistency of the powder, so I'm feeling that. I'm sorry, powder keeps flying everywhere, so I keep having to dust it off like the side of the packaging, whatever, because like I dip into it a little bit, and because it's such a lightweight, lightly milled formula, it's kind of just flying everywhere as I try to pick it up on this Rephr number 4 brush. I bought the new Rephr eye brushes, so you'll see that in another video that I'm actually going to film tonight. Now you'll probably see that video after you see this one, but you know, yeah. Probably should have filmed this one on my phone so that way I could have put it up tonight, because I'm already like weeks behind with this. I know other people have already put their stuff up, but you know, we're here now on the camera, so it's too late. It's just too late. Okay, so this is what we looking like with the bronzer and the blush. Let's put some bronzer on the forehead so you can see it separately, away from, you know, it's sitting on top of the blush, or sitting underneath the blush, I should say. So I'm just put some across the forehead since you actually see my forehead. Plus, it'll help you see what the color looks like without a cream bronzer underneath, because I didn't cream bronze my forehead for that reason. So that if it did look okay on top of the cream bronzer, we could see what it looks like without cream bronzer. So the formula is really nice. It looks really nice on the skin. I'm just not liking the fact that it's red bronzer for this time of year. But in the summertime, I'll probably pull it out and use it then, because, you know, that's when I use red bronzers. If y'all haven't been aware, that's why you haven't seen the Kosas bronzer, because it's quite the red undertone, and I don't like red undertone bronzers for the fall, winter, and spring. Like, I can tolerate it in the fall a little bit better than I can in the winter, but it's like winter and spring, we are not doing any type of red bronzer. So I'm really not feeling this right now just because it's a red bronzer. And I feel like I put on a little bit too much blush, but it's fine. Whatever, it's fine. I wanted you to see the full opacity and potential of the color, so that's why I packed on as much as I did. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have packed on this much, especially because this isn't typically a color I like. So far, I like the bronzer, I like the blush, I like the fact that it's a satiny type blush. I don't necessarily like the color though. Like, I wish she had picked a better color for people my skin tone, but I feel like I would like these colors in the summertime. But since it's not summertime, those are my thoughts for right now. Okay, so we're going to take the Va Boom highlighter. Where'd my other brush go? Did it fall on the floor? Oh, no. Something always rolls underneath my leg, y'all, or falls on the floor in every video, I promise. So we're going to take the shade Va Boom, and we're just going to, oh God, look at that. Honey. I feel like this would be a really nice blush topper for someone who is of like a medium skin tone. And you can just, like, if you have one of those orangey blushes, you can just put it on top. Like, for me, it's definitely a highlighter. It makes me think of Dreamsicle by Becca. So I'm like, was she trying to sneak and do a Dreamsicle moment? But I feel Dreamsicle is a little bit lighter than this. But I like to mix Dreamsicle in with what do you call it? The Amrezy highlighter, because I don't like the Amrezy highlighter on its own, but I do like Dreamsicle on its own. But when I mix them together, it makes me like the Amrezy one a bit better. So that's what I normally do. But it's a pretty nice shade. We're gonna take the gold one down the middle of the face if you haven't, you know, guessed that yet. But I just want you to see what the orange looks like. So this is what the orange looks like. I'm definitely here for it. And in the summertime, I feel like I will put this highlighter with these blushes. I'm telling y'all as I go through now, so that way when the end of the video comes, I don't really have to like say too much of anything. I can just wrap it up and tell you that you diamonds and boom, you know, the rest of your lovely day. But yeah, the formula feels the same on the face as the original one did, from what I remember. So now we're gonna take the gold for gold and we're gonna put it just literally down the middle of the face and call it a day. So okay, let's start right here. Oh, one thing we know is Jaclyn give you a blinding ass highlight. So I mean, to me this is just like her signature thing, a blinding highlight. And the funny thing is, I just bought Champagne Pop from the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale, since the Becca highlighters were on sale for 50% off, and I hadn't found that one at TJ Maxx. I found my Chocolate Geode at TJ Maxx for $10, so I was like, I don't need that. And I found what is it called? Dreamsicle for $10 at TJ Maxx. So you might want to check your TJ Maxx's and check out the banner from there. But Dreamsicle was a limited edition thing that they had exclusively at Sephora, so you're gonna have to try to find that there. I did see it on Nordstrom's Rack for $11.99 if it doesn't show up at your TJ Maxx and you just want to go ahead and grab it before, you know, you think it disappears forever. Okay, so you see the gold down the middle of the face is quite prominent as well. We have put the powder into the face, so we got everything down. So my thoughts are, the formula feels the same on the highlighters. The blush and the bronzer, they're okay. Like, do I have ones I like better? Yes. But that doesn't mean it's a bad product. It just means that I'm not going to reach for it right away. It is giving me a little bit of Hourglass vibes because of how light the powders are and how the coloring goes. So it's like, since Hourglass is screwed up, maybe you might want to try the Jaclyn one if you can find one in your shade. The only thing is I'm hearing on the lighter scale that a lot of them look exactly the same. Again, we clearly see, I can't speak to that claim, but I know Samantha Ravenel did a video where she said all 4 of them looked the same, and she said people were like crucifying her on Instagram or Twitter or one of those places. I don't know. But for my end, there's a lack of shades clearly, but there's always a lack of shades when it comes to bronzers. On my end of the spectrum, it's like there's 1 or maybe 2. And then, you know, if anybody's darker than I am, they're supposed to just figure it out. I'm sorry if they're darker than too much mouth, they're supposed to figure it out, because I feel like they've been trying to at least cater to her a little bit more. But it's like, after her, it's just like they just don't care. And I feel like, although there was a good range, or supposedly a good range, since I can't speak to the lighter spectrum and them all looking the same, I know on my end, it's I don't know what's going on. There's only like 2 things. And I think Too Much Mouth can use the shade after mine, which is literally the last one. So what is Nima Tang and Lupita supposed to use? What is anybody darker than me really supposed to use besides that one, like, shade? Same thing with the lip products I've been seeing. Like, there's like maybe 4 shades that people my skin tone can use. So it's like, is it the perfect nude for everyone, Jaclyn, if everyone can't use it? Because there was only 4 in the collection that I saw that I could actually use, and like maybe 2 lip liners. Yeah. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm not saying they're bad products. Like I said, if you don't want to support Hourglass and you're not irritated with Jaclyn about all the foolishness they went on before, then maybe you should try it out. I would personally wait till Ulta gives you the 20% off coupon and then try it out. Don't pay regular price for it. Or maybe look for it on sale on Morphe's website, because I'm sure it's launched over there. I didn't check. I don't know. But those are my thoughts. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.